The sergeant was a scrawny man in his 50s who resembled a constipated chicken. The girl presented a confident but sullen mask to the world, an expression more suited to the face of a delinquent youth. It smelled like someone had dumped a truckload of fish in a locker room on a hot summer afternoon. I scooped up the sodden tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers. She was a cheery old soul, the kind you'd walk across the street to avoid. She reminded me of a girl I dated back in high school. Come to think of it, the dummy had more personality. The guy's spoon-shaped face was mournful and humorless. He looked like a vegetarian in a slaughterhouse. Did I show you my tool, Sergeant? Do you recognize this dirty tissue? He looked at me as if I'd farted at a funeral. The woman was obviously English. She had all the qualities of Boadicea, Elizabeth I, and Margaret Thatcher rolled into one. It wasn't a pretty sight. If I wanted my shins sticking out of my shoulders, I could have jumped. Mama Stobbart didn't raise no suicidal fools, though. Top of the morning to you! There was a vacant look on his cow-like face that said quite clearly, nobody home. The young red-haired guy was plainly nervous about something. Perhaps he felt threatened by the presence of a handsome dude like me. Give me another beer, dude! Give everyone another beer! Let's party, guys! There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. He was a thin-faced, pallid guy with a questionable taste in outlandish clothes. My mother used to dress like that. It was a life-sized marble figure of a guy in robes. The sculptor had tried to give him a look of paternal authority and concern. To my mind, he looked just plain constipated. The fountain had probably been attractive at one time, but now it looked like an old stained urinal. It looked like some kind of antiquated invalid carriage, with passenger seats. The carpet seller looked craftier than the offspring of a fox and an insurance agent. I've got a toilet brush. Look, I've got the keys to the toilet. I couldn't think of anything to do with the statue, apart from scaring small children with it. I'd searched Klausner once and knew that the lens was the only thing he'd been carrying. No portable phone, no demolition charges, no 5-course meal. You'd think international conspirators would go around better equipped. A row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies, the flabby flesh of the old men. That wasn't a pleasing image, so I went back to the young ladies. Whoa! There was a crotchety old guy watering the lawn. The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood. I have a red nose. The Villa de Vasconcelos was as picturesque as ever. The weather was still clear, and Lopez was still watering the damn lawn. I was beginning to suspect that he was surgically attached to that hose. And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase? With mounting excitement, I felt something between my fingers. It was short, hard, and black. Something I hadn't expected to find here. It was a plastic pen top. Nico, I found an old clay pipe. Thanks for nothing, Todrick.